up? I'm Josh. This is Kelsey. We're here at the TD Garden watching the Bruins take on the Columbus Blue Jackets, and you're watching Post to Post.
Hello and welcome to Post, the channel where we discuss all things hockey and all teams. This is a very serious video.
Very serious.
This series is unlike all of the other series because there is so much emotion behind this series, specifically for Toronto because of how they lost the last series to Boston. And I will admit, as a Canadiens fan, even though we support all teams in this channel, even though I have merchandise from all teams in this channel, it pains me to wear this jersey. However, I do it because it is important to talk about all teams, including Boston.
Yep.
A team that I actually enjoyed watching this year.
Yeah.
And that's kind of a good thing about the channel is it's opened my eyes, making me more open-minded towards other teams, specifically Boston. There's lots of players on Boston I actually like now, so I'm very excited for this series. I don't know how you feel. I assume you're pretty excited.
Oh, I'm totally pumped for it. I was in Toronto. I think I've said this before, but in the 2013 series, Game 7 overtime, I was in Toronto. Yeah. I was working that week, and the whole city was just alive. And up 4-1, started the third period, early in the third. Man, looks like it's a done deal. And then they lost. And I remember the next day on the TTC subway, going up to Eglinton Station and looking up and down that train. There was a lot of long faces. I knew how they felt because usually your team loses. It's just the law of averages.
That would have been
to lose that way.
Yeah, there's no worse way. Like to be up that much in the third period in Game 7. Oh.
And that builds on the emotion that's going to happen this time.
Exactly.
That is part of the history of this series.
There's a revenge aspect to this series.
Totally.
And they're an interdivisional rival regardless of the series in 2013. Mm-hmm. This is a series that I will be watching every second of every game.
Yeah. And
I hope it goes to Game 7 because every game is going to be amazing. Great goaltending on both ends. Both teams are fast. It's going to be physical.
Fantastic.
It's going to be chippy. It's going to be all those things.
Yeah, and there will be drama. Something will happen.
Oh, something will happen.
Somebody will be injured, or something will break out, and there will be drama. There will be controversy. You've got, Mike Babcock, who's not shy.
Not shy at all.
Not shy, and he'll have to keep himself in check.
Yes, boys there. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so what I usually do for these videos, or what I've done so far, is go through just a couple stats for each team. So we'll do Boston first. They've got 3.23 goals per game, and I'm talking about seasonal statistics here. 2.52 goals against per game, 23.5% on the power play, 83.5% on the penalty kill, and in the face-off circle they're at 50.6%. Flip over to Toronto, they are at 3.29 goals per game, 2.80 goals against per game, 25% on the power play, 81.4% on the penalty kill, and 51.8% in the face-off dot. That's a team I would not want to go shorthanded against.
Nope.
Very dangerous, very fast, very good at cycling the puck.
Yeah.
It could be a battle of special teams in this specific series. I think both teams would probably want to keep it 5-on-5 as much as they can. There's certain teams out there who rely on special teams a lot, and seasonally these two teams look like they do. Mm-hmm. But I would imagine 5-on-5 is the much preferred level of hockey for sure. So if I just transition over to some of the players, Marchand has 85 points, Pasternak 80, Bergeron 63, Krug 59, Heinen 47, Krejci 44, DeBrusk 43. On the Toronto side, Marner has 69, Matthews 63, Nylander 61, Kadri 55, JVR 54, Riley 52, Gardner 52. Pretty offensive depth, pretty huge amount of offensive depth in Toronto, extending to the back end. It's a high scoring team. It's a fast team. It's going to be. Can Boston withstand the offensive onslaught from Toronto? It's going to be. I'm so excited. Like I'm trying to find words to describe how excited I am for this series.
Boston's a bigger team, more physical team, a slower team. If they can catch Toronto players individually and slow them down without drawing a penalty, they will do better in the series than if they can't catch them. Because if Toronto skates around them, and they have the talent to do that. They have some good skaters there. It'll be hard for Boston to play Boston's kind of game, but Boston's got some real snipers too. They've got.
They're a much quicker team than they were in 2013.
Yep, they really
they're definitely quicker up front. They're still a little tiny bit slow on the back end, but they still cycle the puck so well. There's that chemistry with some of their core is there. They can contend physically. I mean, if a fight goes down, McQuaid, he's your man. They've got other guys on the ice. Can Marchand behave himself? That's
the question. And I know in our prediction video, I talked about Boston having to keep some of these guys in check, and one of the commenters wasn't happy with my characterization of Boston as a chippy team, but it is what it is.
Well, no one's been suspended more than Marchand.
That's right.
McAvoy's a little mouthy,
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No.
It's a good thing. It's a good thing to be competitive.
It's not a great thing when you're a rookie or almost a rookie. Like PK Subban was mouthy when he was a rookie.
Still is.
But now he's not a rookie. So looks like the longer time you have in the league, the mouthier you can get and get away with it.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with being mouthy. Sometimes your emotions get the better of you, and in the playoffs, you do not want to let your emotions get the better of you. So hopefully he doesn't make any crazy mistakes or anything like that.
His talent's outstanding. I want to see as much of it on the ice as possible. So,
but on the Toronto side as well, they have players like Kadri.
Kadri is a similar player, in my view, to the ones we've been talking about in Boston.
Yeah, definitely. And I think if we just talk about Kadri specifically, he's a player like Kessler, who you put Kadri on a player and he shadows him, and he makes his life hell. Well, they don't just have Kadri. They have Plekanec as well.
Yeah.
Because that's how Montreal utilized Plekanec for many years in the playoffs, specifically 2010, and they took down Washington and Pittsburgh. Plekanec was a huge part of that because he shadowed Ovechkin and Crosby and completely shut them down. Plekanec can play the shutdown role. Kadri can play the shutdown role. Toronto's deep up the center. I've already released my bracket, so I've already chosen Boston to win the series, but I would not be surprised if Toronto won the series at all.
I wouldn't be either. I picked Boston in 6, but I think I'm hoping for Toronto for one thing.
I would like Toronto to win.
I don't hate Boston like I might have hated Boston in the past, but I really, really want Toronto to win this series. I think they had so much promise against Washington in the last year in the first round. They went 6 games. These young guys got a taste of what it's like to be in the playoffs, and they've taken that, I'm sure, as experience and stuffed it in their socks, and they're going to really be a much harder team to play against this year. I still think Boston's overwhelming on the size side and on the powerful side, and I think Toronto will have a tough match against them. But like you, if Toronto, the first couple of games will dictate the series. If Toronto can take one in Boston, the first 2, I think it's on. It's on. It's anybody.
Who's won their seasonal series?
The seasonal series that's been won by Toronto. They're 3-1-0. Boston is 1-3-1. So you get these. The series don't actually add up to 100 because of the whole 3-point game business. But out of a possible 8 points between the two teams, Toronto's taken 6. Boston's taken 3 points.
Interesting.
So Toronto has had the upper hand in those series.
So obviously Anderson had a pretty good playoff run last year. He's had a very good season. He's a bit inconsistent at times. He's a bit without confidence at sometimes, it seems, but he's really looked great this year. I don't see that changing in the playoffs. I think he's going to play great in this series. I think Rask is going to play great.
Yep.
It's going to be a battle of the goaltenders for sure. What else I got? I'm going to say keep your eye on Jake DeBrusk. I think he's a sleeper on Boston. If Marchand's going to be shadowed, if Bergeron's going to be shadowed, keep your eye out for DeBrusk. He does incredible things. His finish isn't quite there yet. He gets so close to so many goals so often that you think statistically you look at how many points he has, and he's got a good amount of points. But he's got 43 points. But there's so many times when I'm watching Boston, and he comes so close to getting points that he could easily be up into the 60 range. So
Just waiting
keep your eye on Nebraska.
Waiting for his hands to catch up with his feet, kind
exactly.
of thing.
Yeah. Can Krejci stay healthy? This is a guy who's been riddled with injuries literally his entire career, up until recently as well. If he goes down, it's a huge loss for Boston. However, they're used to playing without him because he's so injury prone. So keep an eye on that as well. The thing to note here is that Krejci and Plekanec are facing off against each other. They're fellow countrymen. They hate each other. I don't know the specific story between the two.
I don't either.
It's personal, apparently.
No kidding.
I don't know if one dated the other one's sister, or they both dated the same person, or what happened if they got a fight in real life. They're from the same country, but they hate each other. I've heard that from multiple sources for the past 10 years. So
no kidding.
Keep an eye on both of them on the ice at the same time. It's going to get chippy between the two. I absolutely guarantee it. So
I'll watch just for that.
I have written down Toronto's puck cycling ability. I think I already mentioned that.
You did.
It's going to be a real treat to watch those young kids do that in the offensive zone. But it's not going to be a treat to watch Toronto's defense give away the puck so much. They do a lot of puck watching in their own end, and they do a lot of giving away of the puck. Yeah. So hopefully they can tame the beast a little bit in their own end.
Is that new guy Dermott on the roster full time now, or is he just?
He was at the end of the year, I believe. I'm not sure.
I'd like to see him play. I watched a couple of his earlier games. I thought he did very well. It'd be a great story if he were to come up out of the bubbles and get some stuff done.
Completely agree. So you're saying Boston in 6?
I'm saying Boston in 6, and that means they win Game 6 and win the series in Toronto again. And I think that's going to be heartbreaking. I hope I'm wrong. I actually really hope I'm wrong. I'll be cheering for Toronto all the way.
I am saying Boston 7. That's a very low confidence guess.
Yeah.
It's 50-50 if Toronto, I honestly can't choose the winner here. I just said Boston just because basically it's so close. I really don't know. I don't have a gut feeling on either team. I can make both good cases for both teams, but I'll go with Boston. Won't be surprised if Toronto wins. So,
if Toronto wins either Game 1 or Game 2, hard to see them winning both. But if they win either Game 1 or Game 2, they regain home ice advantage over the Bruins, and the ACC is going to be a hard place to play in if you're from away. So the first 2 games will tell the tale. It can go 7. If they split the first 2, it can go 7.
Did you hear how many tickets were on sale?
I did not.
96. Only 96 in Toronto, because all the companies and scalpers and everything all got them, bought them all up and stuff. So
I'm surprised there were any, actually.
Yeah. Anyways, it's a problem.
96.
They're pissed. Toronto fans are pissed. So
yeah. I don't blame them.
I don't blame them either. Yeah. Anyways, so yeah, I guess that kind of wraps up, unless you have anything else to say.
No, I'm good. I'm just raring to go.
Yeah. We're filming this on Wednesday night. This won't release until Thursday. The playoffs are starting very soon.
Very soon, like in less than an hour.
Less than an hour. So we're filming the rest of the videos now, and then we're going to watch some serious hockey.
We're going to beat down with some serious puck.
Excuse me. Still sick. Yeah. So, guys, thanks for watching this. I really appreciate it. If you are not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button down below. Make sure you hit the bell icon as well so you can get notified of uploads. I noticed a lot of people saying that sometimes you don't see our videos in the subscription box. So all you have to do is hit that bell down below, and you'll always be notified, I think via email, or straight notification on YouTube app or something like that.
The YouTube app on my phone is what notifies me.
Yeah. So, so thanks, guys. I really appreciate it. You're watching it. If you did like this video, hit the like button down below. That helps us out too. And we'll see you in the next one. Adios.